Can you see now? Check now. Okay, that looks good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You see that? You can see the sound. Now we can see the mic is turned on. Hello? Teresa? Who is Teresa? You know who is Teresa? Now? You want me mute or you want me unmute? Okay. It's already, I gave you permission. It's already, yeah, it's already there. You know? Yeah, yeah.
Not necessarily, not necessarily, because Greg, that's who Greg's gonna go for. I think for Babcock, that's who he. Doesn't,
But they'll give you guys.
yes, yeah, take job.
No, I just agree.
Let me tell you something, it should be great. I know Satan has $5. Five. Must have been the same one. Two of them were named Gina.
Question. Yep.
That's,
Well,
Hey, look like Roxana K.
Roxanne, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you. Okay, Jeff.
All right, thank you. Let's go ahead and begin. I'd like to call this Thursday, December 19th, 2024 meeting of the Board of Directors of the Waste Reduction District of Monroe County to order. Today is going to be a bit of an abbreviated meeting where we're only really considering primarily voting items. Because a lot of us are going to be heading over to a celebration of life for our recently departed county council member Cheryl Munson, much beloved by both the community and this district. So in terms of attendance, let's see, we have town council member Dan Swafford, Commissioner Lee Jones, Commissioner Penny Givens, Commissioner Julie Thomas, council member Isabel Piedmont Smith, and council member Jeff McKim, myself, all present here. And so we'll be, and nobody on, the mayor is not online. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we can operate under, we don't have to operate under hybrid rules then. All right, we do have the executive committee meeting minutes, which actually is not a voting item. Is there any
For information?
It's just for information. Okay, anybody have any comments on the, they haven't already provided on the executive committee meeting minutes? Okay, then we'll move on to approval of Board of Directors meeting minutes from November 14th, 2024. I would entertain a motion for the approval.
I move approval of the Board of Director meeting minutes from November 14th.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Any comments or questions? Okay, we'll do a voice vote. All in favor of approval, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Controllers report. We'll begin with cash flows.
Hello. The cash flow summary is on page 9 of your board packet. The operating balance as of November 30th was $3,136,000 or $136.55. The November 30th balance of the closure bond debt was $29,633.51. The November 30th balance for the capital account was $45,915.12. The November 30th balance for the landfill post-closure account was $789,413.78. The individual cash flow statements for each of these are on pages 10 through 15 of your packet, and the operating fund graph is on page 12. Are there any questions on the account balances?
Okay, no, thank you. We can move on to payroll and claims.
On page 16 of the packet, you have a total for the payroll and claims for approval since our last meeting in the amount of $194,585.59. The backup for those numbers on pages 17 through 38. The claims for approval this week were sent in an email on Wednesday and are in the amount of $224,530.98. Documentation was included in the Wednesday email. That brings the total of all payroll and claims that we are recommending for approval to $419,116.57. Are there any questions regarding any of these claims?
Okay, I'll entertain a motion for approval of payroll and claims.
I'll move approval of payroll and claims as presented in the packet, plus the emailed memo received yesterday.
Motion and a second. All right, we'll take public comments on payroll and claims. Then anyone either in the room here or if you're on Teams, please raise your hand. If you'd like to make public comment. Okay, seeing none, we'll do a roll call vote.
Thomas,
Yes.
Piedmont Smith,
Yes.
Swafford. Yes. Githens,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
McKim.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, so now we'll move on to the request for proposal for recycling, processing, municipal solid waste disposal, and material hauling services proposal. Mr. Glassy.
Yes, so I guess, beginning on page 39 of the packet, you have a memo kind of summarizing the issuing of the RFP and the two responses that were received. Looking at both the components of the proposals that were submitted as well as the financial impact of those and some of the clarifications that were sought and provided by the proposers. So does anybody have any questions regarding the information that's in the packet? I guess, and then to also clarify that board members have had a chance to review. We're provided electronic access to the submitted proposals previously. For the record, would note that under Section 8 of the RFP, that the responses received are considered deliberative and are not going to be made public until after the board were to reject proposals or any contracts resulting from that were entered into.
I have a question
Please.
that will help me understand where we're at. And I don't know which one of you can answer this, but what do we pay right now per haul? Because
Well, for the majority of the materials, it's $108.24, and that's in the tables that are in that memo. That is what's listed as current. From class, we're paying $130
Right.
per haul because that's not something that is included in the current agreement for recycling and MSW disposal and transportation.
got it. Thank you.
Okay. Other questions?
I had a question about the metal and I didn't quite understand how that was going to shake out as we currently sell it locally.
Correct. Yeah, under the current agreement, the vendor hauls from our sites to one of the two local scrap yards, JB Salvage or Bloomington Iron and Metal. The location the material originates at determines which of those yards it goes to, and then we deal directly with the yards on the tonnage and the rebate for those materials. As indicated in the memo, the Republic Services proposal was to continue under that process, that procedure. The Rumpke proposal did indicate that they would process the material through their facility and use their vendors. Sought clarification on that as indicated, and that they said that they would be willing to haul the material for the same rate as was quoted in the proposal and let us continue working directly with the two local scrap yards as we currently do.
Also, if we ever move to separation of plastics, separating out 1 and 2 from the others, is there a possibility of negotiating different contract than that?
That's not something that's covered in this agreement. the RFP did give respondents an opportunity, to offer up, different terms that might exist if we were able to further separate any of our materials. So that would be something that if that opportunity presented itself down the road, we would have to negotiate that with whoever we were under contract with at that time.
Rumpke indicated that they would haul from the, what do they call it? The transfer stations 5 days a week. Is that something that's actually determined by them, or is that determined by the district?
The hauling schedule would be determined by the vendor. It would be based on their schedules and days of operation. Currently, hauling is done Monday through Friday.
So that wouldn't.
5 a.m. to 5 p.m. roughly.
Yeah, roughly somewhere between those hours, 5 days a week, as needed, we call.
So that wouldn't necessarily mean that the waste transfer stations would be open 5 days a week. No. Okay, thank you.
Are you talking about our facilities?
Yeah.
Oh, no, our schedules are
Determined. by-
not, we've not discussed changing our operating schedules of our drop-off facilities through any of this.
Right, thank you.
Other initial questions? Now, Mr. McGlasson, you had indicated to me that both proposers were interested in making a short presentation to the board. Is that?
Well, that was initially that was indicated or I guess, yeah, presented to me. However, Republic Services the other day did advise that unfortunately they have a change of personnel present at the meeting, and the individuals present now may not be in the same position to speak to the proposal as the people originally scheduled.
Okay, so that we won't have, just to be fair, we will not have presentations, although of course anyone may make public comment when it comes to public comment. Is there any particular recommendation you would like to make to us?
Well, it's I think, and as you can see in the information in the memo, financially, the Rumpke proposal, particularly if we're going to continue to deal with the two local scrap yards, financially, the Rumpke proposal, it obviously is the better option. I would also, note that, materials not being processed at the, or I guess materials not being moved directly from that transfer station to a recycler are going to have to be hauled farther. And so that, you deal with carbon footprint and transported, those are considerations. But as far as, a straight financial cost to the district, that is the one that makes sense. They're also, I'm gonna, I guess, draw some conclusions, make some assumptions, but based on, the proposal and the fact that they're offering to purchase, the materials from us would indicate to me that that they are positioned to process materials directly at the local facility and put those on a truck directly to a recycler or to a mill. And there certainly is, something to be said for selling, what we view as a commodity that has value. If you're going to ask me, for a recommendation on the two proposals received, I would recommend the Rumpke proposal.
Okay, thank you. Other questions from the right? From the left? Would, I guess, let me ask the board, would you like to open it up for public comment and then we have a motion to accept one or the other or neither? Or would you like a motion first before we comment?
I think we should get a motion on the table.
Okay. Well, then if somebody would like to make a motion, I would entertain one.
I move approval of the proposal from Rumpke Waste and Recycling.
I just clarifying and, I don't, is this a motion to award and instruct staff to enter into negotiations based on the proposal? I don't know that we're necessarily approving at this point.
I mean, that's the way I interpret
Yes.
it.
I'm sorry, I didn't have my wording correct. Yeah.
Okay, so there is a motion.
I'll second it. Do we need to specify, Mr. McGlasson, whether or not it's for all? Did
Oh.
one or metal stay local? Do we
I,
need?
I would say for metals staying local.
okay, I guess, yeah, and I probably didn't do a very good job when we got into this clarifying that, you know, the Rumpke had, in essence, had two proposals in it. Their base bid, the proposal, had some varying pricing structures, you know, and was based on not necessarily doing all the facilities, just, you know, if we were only doing this facility or this is what it would be per facility. And then they had an alternate bid that was if they've got all the facilities, and that's what's presented to you in the memo. Because the other proposal was for all facilities, so I didn't really see an option to piecemeal that. It was all or nothing. So
So it's what's labeled alternate bid one.
so what is like, yeah, the motion should be specific to what's presented as alternate bid one in the Rumpke proposal.
Well, actually, I want to propose the last column in that same table, page 44, which is metal stay local.
Well, and that's not specific in the proposal, but they've indicated that's something they would be in negotiating the contract that.
So that's
So they would
that's
be-
instruction to staff for
Yeah.
negotiation.
Yeah, they would be agreeable to keeping the metals going to the two local yards, and that would not impact the hauling cost.
So I interpret your motion as moving forward, instructing staff to move forward on alternate bid one, but encouraging negotiation for metal stay local. Is that?
Yes, I think metal should stay local. So I don't know, encourage or.
Okay, we're quiet. All right. All right, we're quiet.
I'll note for the record too, that in the chart on page 44 of the packet, that is the summary of the financial impact of the scope of work. Obviously the metal staying local is preferable to help support the local economy and local businesses, but you know, the financial impact of their base alternate bid with them processing the metals through their vendor, it still is a better financial impact on the district than the other proposal or our current situation.
Oh, I misread that. I read it the opposite way. I got confused by the red.
Red and the black parentheses,
Yeah.
yes.
We debated about that way too many times, by the way. I apologize.
Yeah. No help.
So I don't know what to suggest, but yeah. Now I'm torn about that metals thing.
Well, no, well, if you're asking me, I would, like I said, we would want to try to negotiate to keep the material staying local and support the local yards and the local economy.
Yeah. Okay, so let me try to restate. So I move to authorize staff to enter into negotiations or contract with Rumpke based on alternate bid one. And recommendation to try to have the metals stay local.
Is that, okay, that's a motion. Is that something that you understand?
I
that is Clear
understand.
enough for you to understand?
Yes.
Okay, we have a second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any comments or other questions before we move to the public? Okay, I'd like to invite any members of the public who would like to speak to this issue, either if you're in the room here. How many who are in the room here would like to make a public comment? Okay, we all know. Please, probably just easiest to approach the table here, and we'll give folks on Teams the opportunity as well.
Hello, my name is Matthew Austin. A few of you guys know me. I'm also the chair of the CAC currently, but I'm speaking as a resident. My opinion on this, besides the numbers, is I believe that the board should vote yes to going with the alternate one with the metal staying local for a few reasons. Number one, when it comes to trash, I know we're speaking about recycling, but when it comes to trash, the trash site is about half the distance of Republic's trash site. They also sequester methane, which my understanding is Republic does not. Granted that the recycling facility is in Cincinnati versus Indianapolis, so that's a separate thing. But I still go back to the trash being much heavier, and that's when we're talking about carbon footprint. It seems I'm still going to go with Rumpke, and then my sister's nonprofit has been doing a recycling pilot project in our neighborhood where we collect recyclables that are not recyclable through TerraCycle. But we found that the largest amount of things that aren't able to be recycled are waste or are wax paper products. Things, your soup comes in, they're called LPP, laminated paper products. And so for our neighborhood pilot program, I personally drive them to Rumpke's waste transfer station. And so that's where I see that one of the biggest opportunities is that's something that Republic does not, to my knowledge, currently recycle. And we get a large amount of that. So with the county and the city's goals for being with climate change and reducing the amount of waste that goes to landfills, I see just the LPP, the wax covered products being a very a big opportunity to reduce waste significantly that is going to the landfill. I don't know if there would be a separate bin or how that would work, what that would be mixed in with, but that is something that I'm also on Commission on Sustainability. That's some really low hanging fruit that working with Rumpke that is going to take a lot of waste out of our waste stream to be recycled. So more than where the landfills and where the recycling facilities are, that's just a really great opportunity to take all that wax covered containers and put them into and them becoming a commodity instead of them staying a waste product. So thank you for your time and your
Thank you very much for your comment. Let's move to Teams. If anyone on Teams would like to make a comment, please raise your hand. Seeing none, we'll move back to this room. Any other members of the public? Oh,
If I could just, for the record regarding the landfill gas recapturing, that Rumpke's proposal did indicate that they are installing a recapturing system at the Sycamore Ridge landfill that is projected to go online.
You mean
early next
Republic?
year.
Republic, yeah.
Republic,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, yeah. So, for the record.
Thank you for that correction. Any other members of the public would like to make comment? Okay, we'll move back to the board for one last round. Any comments, other comments from the right? Yes, please.
I'm really pleased with the results of this call for proposals. Both proposals would save the district money. And in particular, the Rumpke proposal would give us a good return on our commodities that we currently don't get any return on. And I think the arguments about the landfill being closer also resonates with me, and they're already doing the methane capture. So I think this is a good direction to go in. I'm pleased to see this proposal.
Great, thank you. Other comments from the left?
I agree with everything that Councilmember Eagle Smith just said. And I also got the feeling from the two proposals that Rumpke is a little more active in seeking out new ways to recycle, to retain, to make use of waste.
Yes.
And reuse it, which is something that I think is really important.
Other comments from the left? I'd want to thank,
I just wanted to add that, certainly, obviously, I my recommendation, and I certainly agree with the emotion, but I did want to state that, we've partnered with Republic for a number of years, for these services, and they've been a good partner for us. They've been great to work with, and we certainly appreciate all of their efforts in working with us over the past years.
Yeah, and I was going to thank both proposers for your thoughtful responses to our RFP. You said, like Tom said, Republic has been a good partner, and they continue to be a partner to the city, still play and so it's great to have two providers in the community to be able to. I mean, competition is good, right? Makes all of us better. And so I thank you all for your proposals, and I thank Tom and your staff for all the work you've done in shepherding this through. And I mean, I know it's not done yet, but not by a long shot, but you've done a great job in I think gathering these, working the process and presenting the information. All right, so we'll move on to a roll call.
Piedmont Smith,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Hinton,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you very much. I've got your work cut out for you.
Yeah. Now the fun begins.
Yeah.
That's what it is. All right, well, let's move on to resolution 2024-11 to amend service agreement for multi-dwelling complex composting pilot program. Yeah, that's a long phrase.
As you can see on page 74 of the memo, this is an item that's been pulled the past couple of meetings. We were waiting on some clarifications and agreements from city legal department and the Office of Economic Sustainable Development. So we did get all of that. They're agreeable to everything. At this point, I think it's appropriate to go ahead and pass the resolution. Joe Winia from One Sustainable Joe is here. The other caveat that's hanging out there with this is that, there's additional funding to continue, expand and grow this program next year. So we are also looking at, in essence, doing an early termination of the existing agreement and entering into a new agreement that would supersede that to be able to utilize that funding next year. But I think it's appropriate to go ahead and pass the resolution so that if Harmony School does still have an interest in moving forward, we're not delaying that any further.
Great, thanks. Yeah. I'll entertain a motion for approval.
I move approval of resolution 2024-11 to amend the service agreement for multi-dwelling complex composting pilot program.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any comments from the right? Comments from the left? Thank you very much. I know it's taken a long time to get input from the city, but I'm glad we finally got over that hurdle. So let's move to the public. If there are any members of the public who would like to make a comment, please approach the table. I figure we'd have at least one.
Hi, Joseph Winia here from One Sustainable Joe, and just wanted to say thank you to the district and also to the city for making that adaptation to the agreement. It will be, I think, a good advantage and a good opportunity to be able to include more than just multifamily housing developments in this program. And I will keep you posted as to how we move forward with the options that we have. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Are there any members of the public on Teams who would like to speak? If so, please raise your hand. Not that I see any members of the public at all on Teams, but I just want to make sure.
There are some people that are in the meeting that are not showing.
Oh, that don't show. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But still, we don't see any.
But I'm not seeing it yet. So.
Thank you. All right. Any? Oh, please. More.
I love what One Sustainable Joe is doing, and I hope we could be, as a community, more aggressive on programs like this, because we do have a food waste issue in town, and it'd be great to institute more of these, not just with larger community or larger communities where people live, but also on an individual scale, if we could figure that out. So I love the aggression and the support of this. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other members of the public? Any other final comments from board members? Yeah.
I wish we could move this into all the schools.
Yeah.
We just need to slow it down.
Too sustainable, Jeff.
We have something to say about that. We just recently got awarded the school corporation.
Actually, I'm sorry. You want to make, why don't you say that?
Dwayne Willoughby, Rumpke Waste and Recycling. We just recently got awarded the bid for the school corporation in Monroe County. So we actually are here to discuss with him, now knowing that we are getting that bid, to try to help with that.
Very good.
Thank you very much for that comment. All right, if there's nothing else, let's move to a vote. Okay, all in favor of approval of the resolution 2024-11, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, we'll move on to resolution 2024-12 to establish the 2025 district holiday schedule.
This is another one that was tabled at the last meeting. There was, some interest in looking at floating holidays awarded to the Satellite or Rural Recycling Center staff based on their schedule relative, to the South Walnut Recycling Center and the administrative staff. So on page 79 of your packet is a new comparison chart that does show, that does reduce those floating holidays and brings it more in line ratio wise to the scheduled hours, the holiday hours. You would note for the record that, if this is something that the board, wishes to do moving forward, how close we can get on that percentage ratio is going to depend on when holidays fall on a given year. And, if we have 7 or 8, Monday holidays, then those facilities are going to be closed on those days, and that's, that just is what it is. But there it is. And as mentioned in the memo, the board of course has the option to offer to amend and increase or decrease, any of the observed or floating holidays proposed in the resolution before it's voted on.
Okay. Well, let's see. Why don't we get a motion on the floor?
I move that resolution 2024-12 to establish the 2025 district holiday schedule be approved.
We have a motion. We have a motion and a second. Okay. Are there comments from the right?
Comments?
Yeah, please.
I just like to point out that so the rural sites, they have 57.5% of the hours relative to the administration office. And the proposal for holiday hours is 61.6% of holiday hours in proportion to the administrative office. So there is a approximate parallel there, and I think that is a fair way to do things. So I know it'll be an adjustment, and I apologize that it'll be such short notice for the people that do that work, but I think it is a more fair way to think about the holiday hours.
Okay. Comments from the left?
I just wanted to thank Mr. McGlasson and perhaps Mr. Long for redoing this we requested last time.
It always is complicated on non-election years when you have those 2 extra days to do something with.
Okay. If no other comments or questions, we can move to public comment. Is there anyone in the room here who would like to make a comment? If so, please approach the table. Okay. If there's anyone on Teams who'd like to make a comment, please raise your hand on Teams. Seeing none, any final comments? All right, we'll do a voice vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. It's scheduling Board of Directors meetings for January 2025.
Yeah, something that we do every year. We set the board schedule for the calendar year, so we will, in order to notice the meeting, we need to get that scheduled. As you see in the memo on page 83, our normal schedule for the past number of years has been the second Thursday of every month at 4 o'clock, and that certainly would be an option. Also note in there that if we do postpone a week and meet on the third Thursday, that would allow both the city and the county council to have had their first meetings of the year and confirm appointments to our board. Both of those bodies each get one representative on our board. One caveat to this, I was notified by the commissioner's office recently that the commissioners have reserved the Nat U Hill room on Thursdays from, I think, 2 to 4 next year for appeals hearings that don't always happen, but if they do, they have to be available for that. So 4:15 would be the earliest that they would allow us to schedule our meetings to start.
I think we can work on that. I don't know why that would
Yeah,
be,
I
because
think I'll
they're
go that
typically
long.
an hour, so I wouldn't.
I can reconfirm with the commissioner's office.
Well,
We have.
We have.
Commissioners.
So
The
I-
appeals
You
never
three
take
weren't the
that
ones
long.
that sent me the
Yeah,
information.
Yeah, and we would just cut an appeal short and complete it another day. It's not a big deal.
That is
It's
certainly.
highway, township, it's a lot of appeals, so,
Certainly your prerogative.
yeah, I think 4 o'clock is.
I do too.
And we rarely have even one a month.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not often.
Yeah, I was told that it's a rare occurrence,
Mm,
but they
yeah.
wanted to make sure that we were aware of that and be prepared to delay the start of a meeting or just schedule them to start late to begin with.
I don't think I've ever had 2 in the same day.
Yeah.
And
And
not that long.
is this something for, I know you noted as well, the appointment to this board. I don't know when the first county council meeting is and when the first city council meeting is in the new year. And I don't know if the 9th or the 16th is a better date.
Well, I do want to bring some new information that I had forgotten it. That is that the city council appointment is actually concurrent with the council member's term on the city council. So you're stuck with me for 3
Okay.
years.
Well, that makes it easy.
Yeah.
My colleagues make an exception and want me.
Mr. McKim, do you know when the county council is meeting in?
Yeah, I mean, it would be the second Tuesday.
Either the 7th or the 14th.
Yeah, it's the second Tuesday, so. The first Tuesday is the 7th, so, yeah, so it'd be the 14th. So your proposal then would be that and so the city council doesn't matter in this case.
Right.
So is your proposal that?
So the 16th would allow the meeting to happen after the county council and give them an opportunity to make that appointment. And then, of course, once we have the new board set, then at that meeting, we would look to schedule for the remainder of the year.
Right. Somebody want to make a motion to set the January meeting date?
I'll move that we establish the first meeting of 2025 on January 16th, Thursday at 4 p.m.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Sure, I'll open it for public. Want to make public comment either in the room or on Teams? Okay, seeing none, we'll do a voice vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Let's see. I think we had some appointments to the CAC.
Annual housekeeping measure for us, and where the CAC appointments are by 1-year term by the resolution that creates CAC, and we currently have 6 members. All 6 have expressed a desire to continue to serve on the CAC, and so we sent them to the board for a reappointment.
Entertain a motion to make those appointments.
I move that we reappoint the following Monroe County members of the Citizens Advisory Committee, the Waste Reduction District: John Arnold, Matt Austin, William Goins, Brad Lucas, Paul White Sr., and Joseph Winia.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other comments?
We need to get some women on that board.
Yeah. And what, I'm sorry, what's the maximum that you can handle?
15.
Okay, so we need to recruit a few more people then. Okay.
That is an ongoing.
Yeah, I know. It's always hard.
We have 3 of the members here, and I want to thank them for their service. This is,
Yes.
this is-
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, and you guys are always here too. All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes, and thank you for your service, all 6 of you. Let's see, so I think we've handled all the agenda items. It looked like you had something you thought we should cover.
Yes, this is real quick. Because we don't know who will be on the exec board next year, and we know that we're losing people on that. We had talked about at our last executive board meeting, authorizing Tom to put out the January packet without.
Oh,
review
without
by the
executive board, that's right,
To,
good thing.
to review it first. So, I move that we authorize Tom McGlasson to put out the January 2025 packet without review by the executive board.
Motion and a second. Any comments? All right, seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
And there's not going to be an issue with claims or signatures on claims until January 16th.
I've talked with Ms. Piedmont Smith. We will have to issue our debt service payment.
Mhm.
But she is will still be an officer of the board
Right.
and is a signatory on the bank account and will
Great.
sign that check.
Excellent. I just want to make sure there wasn't going to be an issue. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, well, we have accomplished all of our business today. Oh.
Can I just make a comment? I'm sorry. This is a follow-up to the RFP. So I actually think I didn't make a mistake. It will earn the district more money to have the federal stay local, right? It's the 72,000 versus 30,000. So actually, my thinking was accurate there. It was a likely guess when I thought it was not accurate because, it's been a long day. But in this case, I just want to clarify. Federal staying local actually is projected to earn the district more money. Thank you.
All right, thank you all.
I know we're rushing it out, but I just want to take a moment and acknowledge that Ms. Githens and Mr. Kim will not be on the board next year. And we certainly appreciate your time and your effort and
You're
thank
here.
you for your service to the district.
You're here.
Yes,
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, sir.
Absolutely. You're going to be missed, both of you.
All right, thank you very much. We are adjourned.
Thank you. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
You too.
Here.